So PAX East is this weekend in Boston, Massachusetts, and I will be traveling there. What is going on, guys and girls? It is GhostRobo, and I just want to give you a primer on what's coming up this weekend for myself and the game industry, which is PAX East. This is my second PAX. First one was last year in Seattle, and yes, I am a little bit late to the party, but it is super, super awesome and super fun. Not quite my favorite. That has to go to E3, but it's still an amazing time, and I cannot wait to get there and check out some games. So I want to share with you, share, and show, tell you about and show you some trailers of the games I'm most excited to play and most excited to cover. And I want to know in the comments below what you guys want me to cover, what you think I should see, what is most exciting to you. Of course, the new systems are not going to be there. No PS4, no 720. They will definitely be saving those for E3, along with most of the giant titles, but that doesn't mean there is not cool stuff to be seen in Boston this weekend. My number one title is Remember Me. I am super excited to see how this game is turning out. It releases in just a little bit, surprisingly, from Capcom. Kind of looks like a mix between Mirror's Edge, Assassin's Creed, a little bit of Half-Life, has a very cool artistic vibe, as well as a gameplay vibe that involves sort of going back into people's memories and changing things through their minds. It doesn't even really make sense on paper, but when you watch the trailers and watch the videos, it looks really darn cool and has like some climbing combat. Again, it's taking things from a number of games and hopefully creating a really cool amalgamation that turns out to be awesome. Another one I'm very excited to see is Fuse, the next title from the folks at Insomniac. I love Resistance. I really am hopeful that this game turns out to be good. It has had some delays. It is a squad-based shooter where each character has a special gun. You can play co-op, you can play by yourself. If you play by yourself, you can transport from character to character. Should be a cool time, and I'm definitely expecting it to be on the show floor. Another one that I'm excited to test out for the very first time is The Last of Us. The Last of Us should be there in playable form, and while that game comes out in June after a unfortunate delay, Naughty Dog is one of the best in the industry, and it should be a spectacular single-player adventure for the summertime. Now, the demo is going to be also available to God of War Ascension purchasers a little bit after, but it will be cool to get some hands-on time with the characters and with that zombie infection. Now, other games I'm kind of excited to test out. Those are my top three. But I'm also looking forward to the indie booth. The indie booth is always a good time, have some cool stuff. I'll be interested to see if State of Decay makes an appearance. State of Decay was probably the coolest indie game I saw, or indie downloadable-ish game I saw at PAX Prime. It's an open-world zombie game. I do have a video on that when I got to play it with the developers there, and that's one of the coolest things about PAX, especially the indie downloadable areas, is a lot of times the developers are right there, maybe even the game creator himself or herself right there to talk to you and explain the game and play it with you, and it kind of makes for a unique, fun experience. One of my favorite gaming experiences ever was playing PID, the cooperative downloadable XBLA title from last year, with one of the developers straight from Sweden at PAX Prime. It was a fantastic time. I'm also hopeful that we will get to see potentially GTA 5. I don't know. I doubt that they will bring it to the show floor. Maybe a trailer, maybe they'll have some announcement to sort of coincide, but I want it to be there so bad, but I don't think it's going to be. I think that'll be saved for an E3 reveal. There's also a couple games that we don't know much about. Capcom is supposed to be revealing 2 new games. Nintendo will have a slew of things that you've already seen, but might be new demos. I don't know if Pikmin 3 is going to have a new demo. I don't know if Wonderful 101 will have a new demo. There's 2 big 3DS games that you will be able to buy early there, which is kind of cool. Luigi's Mansion 2, I'm very excited for. They're actually going to be selling it on the show floor a day early, which I think is kind of a cool promotion and kind of a nice one-up for gamers in the area. I will be picking that up and should be fun. There's that Pokemon Pikachu 3DS XL releasing also on Sunday, which I think looks really awesome. I thought it was going to be a Japan exclusive, but anyways, that's a side note. Other games, they're going to be showing Daylight. That's supposedly playable, and Daylight is the first Unreal Engine 4 game. It's not really your typical AAA title, but it should be really cool to see the Unreal Engine 4 in action and maybe test it out. It kind of looks like a fun time. Other than that, there's going to be a lot of repeats, a lot of things that we've seen numerous times at conventions, from Battle Block Theater, the never-ending game from the Behemoth, to, I'm sure, Firefall will have its giant presence like it always does. I would assume Defiance will be there. I will assume that games like Bioshock Infinite that are releasing 2 days later will have a pretty cool big presence and maybe some cool swag from the folks at Irrational. In terms of other titles, it's kind of a little bit sparse. This is an awkward time, especially because of the console generation gap. Normally, maybe you'd show some big games that were coming out in the summer as well as September, but there aren't a whole lot of anything we know about beyond GTA 5, and it's quite sparse throughout there. Probably going to see Splinter Cell, which I'm kind of hot and cold on. I've never played the new Splinter Cell, so I don't take my word for it, but I don't know. Sequelitis is kind of wearing itself thin on me, especially with the prospect of new systems on the horizon. So I'm kind of forward-looking rather than expecting a new sequel. But Splinter Cell could be really cool, and I definitely will be checking it out, along with the Vita offerings. I don't know if they're going to show the new Killzone on Vita. Again, a lot of these things are probably going to be saved for E3, and especially because we've had majority of the big Q1 titles already released, from Crysis 3 to God of War to Gears of War. Really save Bioshock Infinite, which comes out 2 days later. I'm going to very much cross my fingers and try to stay on complete media blackout from that game. I don't want to ruin the experience any one bit. I'm trying my very hardest to just play that straight up, straight out, like it is meant to be played from the start. No previews, not many trailers. I've tried to really keep myself. It's hard because I want to see so much of the game, but not reading about the powers, not reading about anything. It should make it very fun because that is my most anticipated game, one that I'm super looking forward to. I'm trying to think of other things that might be there. Sony, I don't know what they're going to show. They probably, they might show the new game Rain, which is kind of a weird 2D. There's going to be a lot of indie stuff, I think. A lot of indie stuff. Heavy focus on downloadable, because the majority of the big projects are probably being geared towards the next generation, the new consoles, or E3 reveals. So unless it's been announced currently, save for those two Capcom things, I'm not sure what we shall see there. You know, it would be cool if Telltale did something for the fans and showed off The Walking Dead Season 2 at PAX East. I don't know that they will, though. It's a little bit early. They just revealed that it's going to be releasing in 2013, so for them to even have anything ready to show is probably unlikely. So it's going to be a show of a lot of games that we already know about or have already come out, with a few cool surprises dotted here and there, and then a couple of those big guns that I mentioned early on in the video. Remember Me, Fuse, Last of Us. I am kind of interested to check out that Daylight. Like I said, I think it should be cool to see. Oh, and then we probably should see Metro Last Light. I don't know if they'll bring the game to the show floor, but it could be there. Metro Last Light, the sequel to Metro 2033, which I would gladly get some hands-on time with, as well as Dead Island Riptide. Now, Dead Island Riptide was the most, it was my biggest, thumbs down of PAX Prime last year. Man, all they really said was, we have one new character in Rain and Jungle. I don't know, it looked, they've come up with this, sort of defend the arena kind of combat that they were pretty darn proud of and looked pretty darn pedestrian to me and most other people in the room. So I have very low expectations for Dead Island Riptide. I'm ready for it to impress me because I did enjoy Dead Island. I think they have a unique, fun combat system. Kind of reminds me of Zombie U and After. I love Zombie U so much. I am ready for Dead Island Riptide to wow me, but I'm just not holding my breath or crossing my fingers. Again, I don't think Nintendo is going to bring anything new. So that is what it's going to boil down to for myself at PAX East. Going to be doing my best to canvas the area and get as many quick looks and first looks at games as I can. And there's always a couple indie gems that should be pretty fun. Last time I found State of Decay, didn't know anything about that game previously, and it turned out to be quite exciting, and you guys seem to really like it. So I'm hoping I can pick out one or two more really fun ones off the show floor that not many people know about. It's a really cool experience. I'll be making vlogs along the way and kind of detailing my time at the show. I'm going to try to do things a little more relaxed. We got a good hotel close by, actually connected to the convention center in Boston, so it should be a little bit easier on the feet and on the legs, and you know, it doesn't seem like it's that tiring, but man, standing in lines all day is really, it's more exhausting than it looks, and I'm not complaining in the least. I'm blessed and lucky that I get to go, and I'm super excited, and I'm doing my best to eat up my vitamins and sleep good and hopefully not get sick, because 70,000 people coughing and sneezing and touching controllers is never a good mix, but it will be a great time for me and you as I bring you guys as much coverage as I can. And then we've got Bioshock Infinite next week, so yes, this is a great time, a fantastic time. Tomb Raider wraps up, SimCity continues, Bioshock is on the horizon, and PAX East is this weekend. Let me know in the comments below, guys and girls, what you are most excited for at PAX East. What games you think I should check out first. Where should I plant my feet and my camera on that first opening Friday morning? It's a real crazy time. When they first open the show floor, the queue to get in is like hours long because everybody is busting in at once, and after that it's pretty open. The lines are quite long. In fact, lines are longer at PAX than they are at E3, if you can possibly believe that. Borderlands 2 had the longest lines I've ever seen anywhere for anything. I swear they had 4 or 5 hour lines at PAX Prime, which is crazy because the game was coming out a week later. So I wonder, will Bioshock Infinite have gigantic lines, or will people be able to hold their breath for another day or two and wait till Tuesday, March 26th when that comes out? Again, some cool handheld stuff coming out as well. This video is kind of turned into an amalgamation of updates and games and stuff and lost focus along the way, but I hope you had fun. Thank you so much for watching, guys and girls. Have a fantastic freaking day. Drink some hot chocolate again. Let me know what you want to see at PAX East. I will see you there. I'm flying out early Thursday morning, and we'll be flying back late Sunday night, so it should be a good time. Until that time, though, guys and girls, a fantastic day once again. Drink some hot chocolate, and we will see you all later.